Hey everybody, I just want to share with you one of my favorite guns in my collection. This is the Smith & Wesson Model 41 22 caliber semi-automatic. We're going to check the chamber to make sure it's empty. There's no magazine in a gun. I always do that off camera before I start any kind of video or do anything with firearms, of course. But this is one of my favorites, not the favorite, but one of my favorites in my collection. And it was a gun that I've wanted for a long, long time. I bought this maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I just do a lot of target practice, target shooting, and I'm kind of excited because although I've owned this gun for quite a while and I enjoy shooting it, and it's superbly accurate, far more accurate than I ever could be. I'm about to turn 50, and my eyesight is starting to go, and anyone that's around that age understands exactly what I'm talking about. So although I have used red dots on various rifles. In fact, I took this one off my PS90, which it had been sitting on for years, and I ordered a rail, and I took it and put it on this gun. I've shot red dots on rifles, and I've never shot one on a pistol before because I just didn't see a need for it because pistol ranges are so short, 7, 10, 15 yards. It's not a long shot. However, the older I get, the worse my eyesight gets. And the distances that I'd like to shoot this at, which it's capable of, 25 yards, when you're shooting targets, 2 inches or less, maybe even 4-inch targets, the problem is that this front post will obscure and almost entirely cover your target at 25 yards. It certainly does with a 2-inch circle, making it just guesswork on where to aim. You just have to kind of guess where the target is. So when you're using iron sights, of course, all of you seasoned, salty veteran shooters know that you have 3 focal planes. You have the rear sight, the front sight, and then the target downrange. And your eyes won't allow you to focus on more than just one plane at a time. So everyone focuses, of course, correctly on the front sight, which makes the target blurry and makes the rear blurry. And if you got old, aging eyes like mine, it becomes even more compounded. So long story short, and I know I didn't really go the short way around this, I took this off of actually I ordered the rail for this gun because this particular gun didn't have a rail, although it was drilled and tapped for a rail. I had to buy this rail from, I can't remember the manufacturer now, I'll probably put it down in the comments, but it came pretty quickly and it fit perfectly. And I ordered you guys are going to laugh at me, but that's fine. That's what this is all about. I don't expect very many people to watch this video anyway, so that's fine. We can laugh together. I ordered a Holosun 510C for this gun. Now, I know that the 510C is rather bulky. What I wanted to do is I do have astigmatism, again, my shitty eyes, and some of the reviews I was doing on red dots is Holosun, especially the 510C, worked really well for people with astigmatisms where they didn't get that starburst effect where they had a clear reticle. So that's the reticle that's the reflex sight that I chose. And I ordered one and it came, and of course, it's big and bulky, and I had forgotten that, I could just use this off the PS90. It didn't even occur to me that this would be a fine substitute. So onto the PS90 went the Holosun, and onto the 41 went this primary arms. And this is the MD80S. This is an older, I've had this sight for a long time, this optic for a long time. And it is a red dot circle MOA 2, I believe, a 2 MOA. Nice little pinpoint red dot. And I put it on there, and I took this to the range a couple days ago, and I couldn't chisel the smile off my face for hours after that range session because I had never shot such tight groups at such far distances before. And I'm a pretty good shot. But even being a pretty good shot, like I said, from 25 yards, you are really obscuring your target with that front post. So, I was putting probably groups maybe like this. I shoot a 12 by 18 silhouette splatterburst target. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I can almost always, just with iron sights at 25 yards, I know it doesn't sound impressive, but I can almost always get 10 for 10 on paper. But with this, after I zeroed this in off a rest, I don't shoot off a rest, but I used a rest to zero it. I zeroed at 15, by the way. There's a lot of debate on what distance to zero. But I did some research on it. 15 seems to be the best benefit as far as from shooting 5 all the way out to 25. If you zero it at 15, you have the least amount of variance in all the other distances. So when I had this zeroed, I went out, I shot offhand, meaning with no rest. And I was able to put really good groups down at 7, 10, 15. And then I decided to go out to 25. And I put an 8-inch shoot and see circle at 25. And I have 5 magazines for this gun. I was fortunate that it came with 5 mags, which is perfect because a box of 22s is 50 rounds, so that fills up 10 mags perfectly. And on an 8-inch circle shoot and see, I was able to land 48 of 50, and I only had 2 that barely missed that were on paper but not in the 8-inch disc. And that was, relatively quick pace, not rapid fire, but it was bang, 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 just about like that. So I wasn't really bearing down. Not that it would matter for me at 25 with a 2 MOA dot. You can imagine how that thing is just dancing around down there anyway. And I don't really have the tremors or anything like that, but it's hard to keep that steady. And you guys who shoot red dot know exactly what I'm talking about, especially at distance, especially with smaller dots. So I got a little bit ballsy after that, and I put a 2-inch shoot and see. I got these little 2-inch ones that basically they're the stickers that you would replace the bullseye with on a bigger target. After you drilled a bunch of holes in the bullseye. So I took the 2-inch sticker, I put it on a sheet of paper, and I sent it out. 24.3. I don't want to brag. It wasn't 25. It's 24.3 where I shoot. And on that 2-inch circle, I was able to go 5 for 10, which is absolutely positively incredible because at 25 yards, a 2-inch circle, first of all, is difficult enough to see with the naked eye, but then put the front post over it and it's gone. So I would never be able to hit. I mean, if I had 20, 30, 40 rounds, I might be able to land 1 or 2 by luck on that 2-inch circle. But with this optic and this gun and not too much coffee, I was able to land 5 of 10, which impressed the hell out of me. So anyway, this is the first gun review that I'm going to do on this channel, and there'll be more to follow, but there'll be other things too. Again, I don't expect very many people to be watching the videos, so hopefully you enjoyed what you saw today, and keep a lookout for the next one. Take care.